Welcome, Bitcoin fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod, and happy Stacking Saturday. Let's get it. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis and why the Bitcoin price action is up today. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, it's just fun to know that every single money manager alive today will never beat Bitcoin. Facts. Also in today's show, spot Bitcoin ETFs see record inflows after the July 4th dip. That's right, we right back on track. We'll also be discussing the United Kingdom High Court freezes Craig Wright's assets. It's about time you do that to fake Toshi, just saying. He pretended to be Satoshi for how many years? And he got busted. We'll also be discussing Donald Trump 2024 victory may fuel a year-end Bitcoin price surge, according to the Financial Times. That's right. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin Prime to rally nearly 80% to 100,000 per coin after this ongoing correction ends. According to this analyst, we'll also be discussing the latest from the macro guru, Raoul. He says the total crypto market cap is primed to explode by over 44x to $100 trillion. Also be sharing his latest allocation from his portfolio, which he reveals in the interview. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. What it do, crypto fam? Make some noise. Happy Stacking Saturday. Let's freaking go. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Digital dankness in the building. Always a pleasure, broski. Shout out Crypto Voodoo Fairgrounds. Good to see you, brother. Bought the dip within the dip. It's like Inception, the dream within the dream. Now eating peanut butter sandwiches until my mouth ends. What? Regards from, what flag is that? I don't want to quote the wrong flag. Miguel, let me know. Digital, all good here, mate. Chilling out Saturday night. I appreciate it. This is live and interactive. We'll be streaming for the next couple of hours. So please do let me know where you're tuned in from, and let me know what you think of the new hat. Bitcoin country, we representing. You already know. Shout out Chandy 10 Music just achieved 50,000 subs. Incredible growth. It is hands down the #1 Bitcoin music channel. I encourage each and every one of you to go ahead and subscribe. I pinned her channel at the top of the chat, so show her some love. She has the best music, hands down, which we'll be playing throughout the show. Happy Stacking Saturday. That's what's up. JC, always a pleasure, family. JKH, salam, brother. Assalamu alaikum. Portugal, representing. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome, crypto fam, and happy Stacking Saturday. Let's freaking go. I'm streaming live right now on 3 platforms, including Rumble, X, and YouTube. If everyone can repost this over on X, it's always greatly appreciated. Shout out to Max Keiser. I appreciate the repost. And the rest of the fam, you guys are the bomb diggity. Shout out Howard, Salam, Oregon in the building. Love to hear it. Martez, Miami, representing. Oh my gosh, it's JV. Shout out Michael. What's poppin', brother? Shout out Scotland. We got Mark. I'm streaming live from Puerto Rico, as I do each and every day. Bitcoin for the win. How many of you took advantage of that dip? Yesterday we tapped 53. We're already back at 58, family. And before you know it, we'll be playing the 60 G's anthem here. I'm telling you, it's the perfect music for a cult. Bingo, you nailed it. Bitcoin is the perfect cult. It don't get no better than that, especially within the CNA cult. Just saying. What's up? What's up? Hello, Palm Beach, Florida. Don't ever trust weekend price action. Be careful and just stack them sats and hodl. Thanks for the reposts, Martez. We appreciate it. Do you think Bitcoin will drop till we explode after? I personally think the bottom is likely in. I can be wrong. Not financial advice. Everything you hear on this channel or on this show or on this podcast or on this stream is for entertainment purposes only. But I like how we bounce so quick like a coil spring off of 53. We're already back at 58. Before you know it, we'll be back above 60, but time will tell. Monday when the markets open back up, we'll see if Germany is done dumping, and we'll see what the consequences of the Mt. Gox redistribution is and all that good stuff. So a lot is going on in the markets. What up? Hello, Palm Beach, Florida. Palm Beach in the building. Do you think Yeah, we'll find out. This isn't a cult like Shelter 4 on Fallout. I scooped up some Arrow, up 50% already. Word up. What up, my dude? Shout out, David. If you hodl, you'll be okay. Otherwise, just live. There you go. Hodl be thy name. Shout out to the Nippinator. You can kind of see him in the mirror. It's too hot for him to be in the bed right now. It's scorching here in Puerto Rico today. Shout out Belgium, Michael, Nasanis. Welcome, brother. JV, is there any MT coiners in here? Are they all going to sell? What does the MT stand for? Break that down for me. I'm not sure what that stands for. Saludos, brother. Shout out Baccarat. Natural. What's crack-a-lackin'?
BTC isn't going anywhere. Listen to your guts and JV. 50 G's, testing the week.
We testing the week right now. Where my tiger blood at? I think I'm sipping on some tiger blood right now, if you feel what I'm saying.
Don't get all gloomy. We are not weak. We will obtain what we seek.
Whoop, whoop. 50 G's, anybody? Great buy the dip opportunity. Let's not forget, mid-March, we were at 74. 73.8, right? Close enough. 113 here right now. Not too shabby. Shout out Don George. That's over on X, right? Looks like we got 200 plus people already here between the platforms. 82 on YouTube. YouTube shows us no love anymore for whatever reason. We went from having thousands of people on the YouTube streams to less than 100. I mean, what are you going to do? But X is definitely representing. I think X obviously gets way more viewers now than we do on YouTube. And shout out to the Rumble fam, Uncensored, for holding it down. Your doggy wants the heat deposited in the crypto market. Word. Diamond hands and laser eyes. We so early, that's for surely. I don't even care about price. Quoting the great Robbie P. Representing. Welcome, everyone just joining us. We appreciate the support. If you all can repost this, it helps out tremendously. We're going to dive right in. If you're new to the channel, be sure to smash those likes and subscribe to Number One Daily Bitcoin Pod. Also hit that bell icon, turn on all notifications, and repost this. Over on X, we're going to be live for the next couple of hours. This is pod episode number 1692. I'm your host, JV. It's July 6, 2024. Happy Sat Stacking Saturday. The markets are pumping, back in the green, which I love to see. Let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. Bitcoin back above 58 G's, baby. Up 2.5% on the day. Ether back above 3,000, up 2.5% on the day. XRP up 5%, trading just shy of 45 cents. Solana up 6%, Cardano up 6%, AVAX up almost 9%. So across the board, pretty impressive gainers. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap sits at only 2.13 trillion, which is mind-boggling. And we got about 60 billion worth of volume in the past 24 hours, with Bitcoin dominance at 53.7% and the Ether dominance 17.3%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, we got Core up 25%, Shiba Inu up 16%, and Jasmy up 15%. Below that, ENS, Celestia, Akash, Pendle, and Arbitrum. Which particular alts, fam, if any, are you bullish on for this bull? Holla. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the day. Finally, everything back in the green. It's about time, because past few days it's been like virtually everything in the red. So I love to see this, and pretty impressive gainers across the board as the market cap of crypto continues to climb. And zooming out on the monthly to get a broader perspective, unfortunately, let's not forget virtually the entire market bleeding and in the red when it comes to the alt coin market, that is, as you can see on your screen. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're even lower today than yesterday, which is a good sign that we'll continue to pump. We are in fear, not extreme fear, but on the cusp. We're at 26. Yesterday was at 29. Last week, a 30, and last month, a 78. And extreme greed. And clearly, the lower this number is, the more likely of a pump. The higher this number is, the more likely of a dump. So there you have it, crypto fam. Welcome everyone just joining us. I'm going to read everyone's comments out loud, do my best to keep up here. We appreciate the interactive chat, family. Wait until Bitcoin surges. Viewers will reappear. 100% with you on that. There's no question about it. We're going to be doing pump watches, and we're going to resurrect everybody tuned in. Mark my words. Pump it up, Judson. No rush to add. My buy level is 45 G's, baby. Good evening, Ricky Norwood. What's up, poppin'? 100 trillion prediction is insane. We referring to the market cap, though. I know we may assume it's the price, but ain't no one saying 100 trillion price action. But realistically, 100x would be 100 trillion Bitcoin market cap, and 50x would be 100 trillion crypto market cap. Very doable. We'll be discussing that as our feature story here. Shout out Howard, 102 degrees. And what is that? NW, what does that stand for? I don't even know. Chilies for me, JV. Thanks for sharing, Fairgrounds. Eating some homemade fruit, leather, and watching the stream. Shout out JC, doing it big. Buy the fear, hodl for life. Bottom at 47. Hi all, thanks for the consistent work, JV. You're very welcome. Stress V, VIP. Appreciate you, broski. Crypto Bubbles needs a tampon for all that blood dankness. It does seem to be that way, for sure.
It's just a hitch, CNA fam knows this. It's just a glitch, a hitch matrix momentary glitch. It's just a pretty minute to buy more of it. It's gonna be okay, we have each other's back, we have the biddies back.
Who got the biddies back? Where you at? CNA fam attack. Still my big hope for the six figures in 2024. I'm with you on that, Ricky. There's no question it is very doable, especially in the fourth quarter. We shall soon see.
Huddle up, stand up, battle prep, get battle ready. We don't back down, Bitcoin or stand their ground, and the Nipsonator has our back.
The Nipsonator's got our back.
We are too smart to lose to fifth level, to let the devil take it. Huddle, 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 huddle up.
Huddle, 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 huddle. Shout out to the huddle gang.
No, hell no. We are gonna make it to the moon, and then past it.
Where no man has ever gone before. U.S. Northwest. Okay. I was trying to think of a state, and I'm like, damn, my geography sucks. I'm like, what state is this guy talking about? Northwest. Easy. Thank you. Appreciate it, Howard.
Faith, loyalty, intelligent decision-making wins. 50 G's for so many, it is truly a blessing. Have patience.
Patience is thy key. Did you ever see the Tate Bros got released and are free to? Of course, I follow the Tate Bros. Shout out to Andrew and Tristan, and congratulations. Their appeal worked because the lower courts are corrupt kangaroo courts that perpetuate fraud. And they got a little bit of justice with the appeal. So congratulations to the Tate Broskis. I'm very happy for them.
It's like holding up the train for a few who are late and need a ride. Let's be patient so more can hop on our lunar ride. We call it dedication. Thank you, 50 G's. Ooh, yep, lunar up, moon up so soon.
Forever, Melda. It's going up forever, Melda. What's the second best crypto asset? There is no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset called Bitcoin, right?
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset,
it's going up forever, Melda.
It's going up forever, Laura.
Just saying. Shout out Melvin, what it do? Dat Sick in the building. K Jammy Jam with another Jammy Jam. Welcome, family. Good to see everyone in the house. Let's continue with our technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. Shall we? We'll discuss why the Bitcoin price is pumping right now. Isn't that a good topic? Let me know. So yeah, why is the price up today? Here's why. Bitcoin rebounded 6% July 6th, reaching now 57 after hitting a 5-month low the previous day. I think we even tapped just 58 just a moment ago. This recovery indicates traders are beginning to overcome the bearish effects of the Mt. Gox 8 billion BTC reimbursement and the recent Bitcoin sell-offs by the U.S. and German governments. Over the past 24 hours, top analysts and influencers have been working to downplay the impact of Mt. Gox and the Bitcoin sell-offs by the German and U.S. governments on Bitcoin's long-term bullish outlook. That includes Qi Yongzhu, founder and CEO of on-chain analytics platform CryptoQuant, who reminded traders that the governments had control over 8 billion worth of BTC, which is merely 4% of the total 225 billion that has flown into the Bitcoin market since 2023, as he outlines here on X. And in other words, the Bitcoin market has adequate liquidity to absorb the impact of government-led Bitcoin sell-offs, especially amid the fears that the German government may dump the remainder of its Bitcoin holdings, which is roughly 42,000 BTC as of today. And that can occur in the coming days. Similarly, independent market analyst trader Terran Grade likens the current Bitcoin market sell-off to the past black swan events, which led to sharp rebounds and subsequent extended bull cycles, quoting them here. In 2016, 2020, and 2024, all years of the halving, Bitcoin moved in the same pattern, and besides 2020, Bitcoin fakeout was seen below the trend line. After reclaiming above the trend line, a bull run follows. Send it. Now, analysts Wright Capital argue that the current Bitcoin bull market sell-off is part of the cyclical cycle that occurs after a Bitcoin halving event, and he's right. In a post-halving trend, Bitcoin often experiences a significant price drop for several months as the market adjusts to the new supply dynamics. I mean, this shows you the Bitcoin/USD monthly prices, and I mean, chart doesn't lie. You can see where we're currently at, and we're about to rip, family. However, as the reduced supply begins to impact the market, the price eventually recovers and often enters the strong upwards trend due to the lower supply, with the higher demand driving the prices up. Now, the Bitcoin sharp recovery today takes cues from the U.S. stock market rally to a record high. In a post-holiday season with thin trading volume, the S&P reached its 34th record high of the year. Equities rebounded after a volatile period, following data that showed a slowdown in the U.S. hiring and the highest job rate since 2021. And as a result of disappointing job data, the Wall Street bets are now pointing to a 72% probability of a rate cut in September compared to 55% just a month ago. Rate cuts are typically bullish for Bitcoin and the riskier assets, given they reduce the opportunity cost of holding lower yielding U.S. Treasury bonds. For instance, the Bitcoin ETFs attracted 143 million to its coffers on July 5th when the U.S. jobs data was released. And earlier in the week, these ETFs have witnessed 2 days of consecutive outflows. So now let's discuss the Bitcoin futures funding rate jumping. The Bitcoin price recovery further accompanies a strong jump in its funding rates in the futures market, even though the open interest has declined significantly in that same period. For example, as of July 6th, Bitcoin futures funding rate was net positive at 0.178% per week, up from 0.044 per week 2 days ago. Meanwhile, the open interest reflects the total number of unsettled contracts dropped to around 28 billion from 31 billion in the same period. Simply put, the traders are confident in the upwards price movement and are willing to pay the higher rates to maintain their long positions. Bitcoin's lower open interest and higher funding rates further indicate a phase where the weaker hands are exiting their positions. Peter Shifties, while more confident traders or institutions are maintaining or increasing their exposure, anticipating a price increase. Now for a quote from the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, from a recent interview on the beach over there in El Salvador. It's just fun to know that every single money manager alive today will never beat Bitcoin. That's fact. The exact percentage that Bitcoin is up since the inception of, the Genesis block is something staggering, like 60 million%, something like that, but don't quote me. And now let's check out some of the live chart action. We'll start with the 1 month and we'll zoom in. Let me switch the scene up so you can see it better on the screen. There you go. You can see we're currently hovering at 58,000. This is live and in the flesh right now. These are live charts brought to you by TradingView via Coinbase. And looking very bullish on the monthly chart. They say when in doubt, just zoom out. And now let's zoom in some. We're going to look at the 1 week, then we'll look at the 1 day. Here we go. We do have some bullish targets breaking out here on the 1 week chart. We have a bullish flag you can see in the purple sitting at around the 90,000 mark. And we also have a big fat target sitting at all the way 119. Let's just say 120. It's 119.8. And that's a bullish flag, as you can see on your screen. So the monthly chart is bullish. The weekly chart is bullish. And let's zoom in some more, We'll look at the 1 day and then we'll look at the 4 hour. Here's the 1 day chart. Again, live and in the flesh right now, brought to you by TradingView via Coinbase. We do have a target to the downside in the pinkish red, sitting at 47.7. A potential bottom, I'd say if 56, 55 don't hold, that could be the next potential bottom. But we did bounce pretty strong off of 53 yesterday, like a spring coil. So keep that in mind, family, and let me know if you think the bottom is already in. We're going to look at next the 4 hour chart, one of my favorites. This is, again, live and in the flesh, looking very bullish. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive green candles on the 4-hour chart. Prior to that, we got a little red, little green, little red with some big green action Jackson. That was the result of yesterday when we tapped that 53.5-ish bottom. We had a big green bullish candle followed by another big green bullish candle, and then we had some sideways trading action, and we're pumping again as of this morning. We'll look at one more chart. We'll look even zoomed in more on the 1 hour, and you can see there is a rise and wedge pattern breakout, and we do have some targets. We do have a target, where we're currently at roughly 58.4, and we have a target just south at 54.6. So there you have it. Crypto fam, let me know where you feel that price action will likely take us next, and let's get back to the live chat. Shout out Howard, Peter Schmuck, Peter Shifty. I like Peter Schmuck. That's got a ring to it. Got to have my heckle fish. Shout out to the heckle fish. Everyone, happy stacking from the UK. Shout out to Matt Baker. Appreciate your family. At least AJ wasn't as heated as he was last week. I saw you did send me the new episode to the Y files. Thank you, JC. Pinkish dankness, hold yourself. I think the Bitcoin as well as the world are just holding its breath till after the election, November 5th, right, Don? I see major gains after that. How do you think this election will likely go? Will Sleepy Poopy Pants survive till the election? Is a good question, right? We'll soon see. I listened to the song twice this morning. I was dancing in my chair. Nice. The ultra rich are playing games, making millions. Sell drive is down, then the rebuy. Definitely some manipulation happening. I believe that the governments around the world collude to dump at the same time. For example, Mt. Gox sell-off, the German authorities, and others. I can't be interactive today, even share, because I am on a bumpy Jeep on a bumpy road, a Bitcoin Jeep, and already can't type on the phone. It's all good. We know you're here, and you're always here in spirit. So thank you. And every time we play your music, of course, we're thinking about you. So safe traveling in the Jeep family. Coin toss. It's tails.
Thank you, 50 G's. Ooh, yeah, lunar up, moon up so soon.
Let's see if we can hit 60 G's and play the 60 G's theme before the end of the show. How about that? Exactly, JV. Cheers, Steve. Definitely some BS going on between the governments around the world. So that's for sure. But silver lining, Bitcoin is up 1,600 on the day. So congratulations to all my Bitcoiners, long-term hodlers, all my whole coiners. Make some noise. And let's dive into our next story of the day. Let's discuss the Bitcoin ETFs finally back in the green with the inflows. It's about time. Spot Bitcoin ETFs see record inflows after the July 4th dip. Ready to rip. That's right. U.S.-based spot ETFs for Bitcoin experienced a surge in inflows July 6th, following the Bitcoin price drop into 54 just a day earlier on July 4th. And according to Farside investors, the spot Bitcoin ETFs saw their largest net inflows in a month, with 143 million flowing in. The Fidelity Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund let the inflows in with 117 milli, while the Bitwise Bitcoin ETF recorded a net inflow of 30 million, while ARK 21 Shares Bitcoin ETF and Van Eck saw inflows of 11 milli and virtually 13 million respectively. Then we have the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust saw a net outflow of 28 million. What else is new, eh? Now, despite the recent market turbulence, the substantial inflows into the ETFs suggest institutional investors and large-scale buyers are taking advantage of the Bitcoin price dip to accumulate Bitcoin at the lower prices. You know, there's some strategic buyers out there. You got the BlackRocks, the rest of the institutions. You got the MicroStrategies. You have the what's Kathy Wood's company, ARK 21, and all them. You feel me? Now, Hunter Horsley, the CEO of Bitwise Asset Management, highlighted his team's efficiency in acquiring Bitcoin at a cost of less than half a basis point. Horsley highlighted a strong outlook for the Bitty, suggesting the current market conditions present a valuable buying opportunity for both new and existing investors. Quoting him here, "The outlook for Bitcoin has never been stronger. For many who don't yet have exposure, this week is a chance to buy the dip." BTFD family, how many of you already did? Let me know. During the first week of July, BitB registered inflows exceeding 66 mil, increasing its total Bitcoin holdings to over 38,000 biddies. Renowned Bitcoin critic Peter Shifty also offered his perspective on the resilience of the Bitcoin ETF investors. Despite recent market fluctuations, Peter Shifty observed that these investors remain committed to holding their assets, showing no signs of panic. Quoting him here, "So far, there is no sign of panic. It'll likely take a much larger drop in Bitcoin before they finally capitulate." Now, I'm going to flip that on Peter Shifty. Once Bitcoin rips to 100,000, I think that's when the Peter Shifties, including Peter Shifty himself, will capitulate. What are your thoughts, fam? He further predicted that a significant sell-off could occur soon, potentially leading to a capitulation amongst Bitcoin hodlers. I say we're going to see a massive capitulation from gold hodlers into Bitcoin as Bitcoin overtakes the market cap of gold. But I digress. Bitcoin fell to 55.2 on Coinbase after the collapse of Japanese crypto exchange Mt. Gox transferred 47,229 biddies, worth around $2.7 billion at the current prices, to a new wallet address, and its first major transaction since May. So there you go, yo. A lot of debtors or creditors are being paid back, so there's supposed to be a massive sell-off, but it's all speculation regarding how much of that Mt. Gox BTC will actually be sold and how much will continue to be hodled. Mr. 100 stepped up and backed up the truck on that dump. Shout out Mr. 100. Trump's presidency is inevitable, but not kissing his arse until he actually acts on his promise regarding crypto. Cheers, Michael. Spot Bitcoin ETF see record inflows. Appreciate the resource. That's sick. Are you holding on to your strap on gerbil? Oh boy. Sniff is fudding again. I mean, that's what Peter Sniff does best. They not like us. They not like us. Buy the dip and watch it fly BTC to the moon. Send it. And Bitcoin's still pumping. We just tapped 58.1, yo. We'll be back above 60 G's in no time. JB, what do we call people that hoard fiat? Great question.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
BFD and FJB. Amen. Amen.
That use fiat currency
as a store of value. What do we call them, folks? Not so smart.
as a store of value. We call them poor. We call them poor.
We call them not forever Meldas, is what we call them.
People.
You nailed it. You got it. Every day, purple Pepe makes a new all-time high. Do they have a Pepe for every color of the rainbow now? Like the Skittles? That's interesting. But when the market pumps like this, of course, altcoins thrive. So we got to keep that in mind. So you'll probably see a lot of big price actions right now in the markets. Poor plebs, pretty much. Pretty much.
That use fiat currency.
We call them roaring kitties. Anyways, yo, next story of the day. Here's the latest from Fake Toshi and Peter McCormick. The headline reads, United Kingdom High Court freezes Craig Wright's assets. Haha. This guy pretended to be fake Toshi. I mean, he pretended to be Satoshi for so long. We know he's fake Toshi. The High Court of the UK issued a world freezing order against computer scientist and businessman Craig Wright's assets. Legal documents filed on July 5th revealed Wright's assets were frozen to help podcast host and entrepreneur Peter McCormick, sued by Wright for libel in 2019, recouped roughly 1.5 million British pounds, which is almost 2 million USD in legal fees. Yeah. The court system is not cheap, family. If you don't know, now you know. Cointelegraph reached out to McCormick, but McCormick didn't respond. But you can see the actual case here. You can see the legal battle between Wright and McCormick began with comments McCormick made against Wright and several tweets and a YouTube video where McCormick accused the computer scientist and entrepreneur of fraudulently asserting he was Satoshi, the synonymous inventor of Bitcoin. And following McCormick's statements, Wright filed a lawsuit against the podcaster claiming McCormick defamed his character. What balls you must have to know you're a fraud and to sue someone else for just pointing out the obvious. I think the entire world has known Craig Wright as a fraud and not Satoshi since the very beginning. No one believed that clown, and all the podcaster McCormick did was share his beliefs, and then he got a stupid, silly lawsuit, which cost him $2 million to defend himself. This is the crazy world we live in, fam. Wright began claiming he was fabled Satoshi in 2016, used the claim as a basis to file lawsuits against 13 Bitcoin core developers. In my opinion, this Craig Wright fool belongs in prison for messing with Bitcoiners, especially core developers. Not cool. The Australian computer scientist argued that the developers violated his copyrights on the Bitcoin white paper and certain features of the decentralized protocol, which he didn't invent, like Bitcoin's database. Jesus. Now, the Crypto Open Patent Alliance, better known as COPA, an industry group comprised of several defendants listed in Wright's lawsuit, provided at least 50 pieces of evidence accusing Wright of forgery. Jesus. In their closing arguments, attorneys for COPA stated, Wright has invented an entire biographical history, producing one tranche after another of forged documents to support it. Criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. After weighing the evidence, the court ruled that Wright was not Nakamoto. Wow, I'm shocked. Ending the intellectual property battle that could have had massive implications for the entire Bitcoin ecosystem. Judge James Miller's landmark ruling conclusively proving that Wright's claims of being an inventor of Bitcoin were false, established the legal foundation, absolving McCormick of defaming Wright's character and the right to legal compensation. Well, I hope McCormick not only gets his $2 million back it cost him in legal expenses, I hope he gets 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million from all the bullshit he had to deal with as a result of that fraudster, fake Toshi. But there you have it, yo. I'm going to go back to the comments, so let me know your feedback, thoughts, and I'll read those out loud. I've got a thunderstorm coming. The power might go out. I will have to watch from my tablet. Be safe out there, family. Same goes for here. If I get hit with a twister or a hurricane, I won't be streaming, so if I disappear, that may be the reason. Roaring Kitty made a mockery of the crooked stock market. Shout out to the Roaring Kitty. Send the rain over here. It is hot and sticky at the beach. Amen. The answer equals stupid. Beast Mode calls his Skittles little power pellets. Interesting. Anthony C. is ignorant, is just as powerful. Wright is wrong. Ain't that hilarious? Confirm Wright and sue for payment of now realized gains. We look at Bitcoin in dollars. What will it be when there is no fiat currency? We won't be looking at it in dollars. Maybe we'll be comparing it to gold. So instead of $58,150 you see for the fiat monopoly money equivalent, maybe it'll be like, so many ounces of gold being compared. I don't know, but you're right, because the US dollar is doomed, and we all know this as well. Only a matter of time it gets replaced. We're going to have a cashless society. That's been the plan from the money creators for a long time, as cash is evaporating slowly but surely. But we'll soon see. CBDC is their ultimate plan. However, we do have some people standing against it, such as Trump. He says he's against CBDCs. DeSantis says he's against CBDCs. RFK Jr. says he's against CBDCs. Ram Sawani says he's against CBDCs. But you never know with the inevitable. Trust nobody. Verify everything and stack your biddies accordingly, because Bitcoin is the antidote to the CBDC. So we'll see. Nice here in Thailand. It's keeping it spicy. Shout out Thailand, fam. Are you from Thailand or did you relocate out there? JK, let me know. It looks like it's heading that way. Damn. It's my weather I want now. Well, they have HAARP, which can control the weather. I saw some theory earlier that they're trying to guide this catastrophe, this weather manipulation, into like Texas. And you bet they've had this technology for a long time. So trust nobody, including the damn weatherman. I'm just saying. George Molt is the real fake Toshi. Maybe there's many fake Toshis. Obviously, there was people behind Craig Wright. It wasn't just his doing by himself. We had that guy named Calvin, which Max exposed many times. I've covered here on the pod. You must wait, Dankness. If you don't wait, you can't have your rain. Bring the rain. I came to bring the pain, hardcore from the brain. Shout out Method Man. Hi from Thailand. Another one. Shout out Jerry Reynolds. Let's go.
Too many frauds and scams.
Flim flam artists, as Gary calls them. There's too many of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
the 10 sets commandments. Came into this game and it made me an animal. That was to the shit, so I wrote me a manual.
Ooh, we so close to hitting the 60 G's button, yo. I'm tempted right now. Come on. We're so close. I'm also a meteorologist. The only meteorologist I follow is Frankie McDonald because he does the most infamous Bitcoin roar. Bitcoin. That's my Frankie McDonald for you today. Shout out, Frankie. Let's get it. Anyways, fam, let's keep it moving. Next story of the day. Here's the latest with Trump. The headline reads, Donald Trump 2024 victory may fuel year-end Bitcoin price surge, according to this report by the Financial Times. Shout out to the Financial Times. Despite expectations of a post-halving rally, Bitcoin struggled to gain momentum since April, facing various factors such as sales of seized assets by the U.S. and German authorities and the overhang of $9 billion in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash sales from the defunct Japanese exchange Mt. Gox. I have no doubt that much of that Bitcoin Cash is definitely going to dump, so be careful out there if you're holding on to Bitcoin Cash, family, as the market cap of it is way inferior compared to Bitcoin, so it won't take as much dumpage to cause mass carnage. You've been warned. However, market participants are increasingly discussing the possibility of a Trump trade that can boost the Bitcoin price in the second half of the year. Send it. Following the halving event in April, that was on the 19th, we actually ushered it in here live on the show. We had a Bitcoin halving watch party. Let me know if you were part of it. It was pretty lit. During which the daily supply of the Bitcoin available to the miners got cut in half. The Bitcoin price has decreased by over 20% in the past month. Whoa. Now, several factors contributed to the lackluster performance, including selling pressure from authorities holding over $15 billion worth of Bitcoin over the past weeks and a Bitcoin basis trade. Dampening volatility by the hedge funds. Traders and analysts have been searching for the catalyst to drive the next upwards movement for the Bitcoin price. And according to the Financial Times, market optimism surrounding a potential Trump victory in the upcoming U.S. elections, November 5th can't come fast enough, is growing. Traders and analysts perceive Trump as a more pro-crypto candidate. Well, let's keep it 100. Sleepy Poopy Pants Joe is anti-crypto. So he's not more of a pro-crypto. Trump is pro-crypto, at least according to his own statements. And Sleepy Poopy Pants Joe is anti-crypto regarding his own statements. So, I mean, come on. Industry executives hold the Trump administration, coupled with a strong Republican showing in Congress, will lead to more favorable and clear crypto regulations. And according to Manuel Villegas and Julius Baer, analysts, the expectation that Trump's energy policy proposals can benefit crypto mining firms, potentially enabling alternative energy sources for Bitcoin mining. Trump wants the remaining Bitcoin to be mined in the USA. And in contrast, concerns about Biden's prior tax propositions on crypto miners have been raised, such as a proposed 30% levy. So he just wants to make it as difficult as possible for people in the United States to mine Bitcoin, acquire Bitcoin. He wants to tax it out the kazoo because he's an enemy of Bitcoin. And if you can't see that, come on. Anyways, per the report, the potential implications of Trump's policies on financial markets have sparked interest. If Trump's policies lead to increased U.S. deficit, more tariffs on foreign goods and tax cuts, it could result in higher inflation and U.S. Treasury yields. This scenario is known as fiscal dominance, and it could affect the Bitcoin price, which has shown a correlation with crucial U.S. Treasury markers. According to Geoff Kendrick, analyst of Standard Chartered, a steeper curve and higher break-even rate could push the Bitcoin price higher as it acts as a hedge against declining confidence in the U.S. Treasury market. Nonetheless, the likelihood of a Trump trade and its impact on the Bitcoin momentum largely depends on the opponent Trump faces in the election. Real Clear Politics betting average currently puts Trump's odds at 55%, at Biden at 16.5%. If Biden remains in the race, the Bitcoin bulls could be energized. However, if a new candidate emerges with a chance against Trump, the report notes that the Bitcoin price performance may remain subdued. Nonetheless, narratives and perceptions play a significant role in driving the crypto market, and if enough people believe in a Trump victory, it could positively influence the Bitcoin price action. So there you have it, man. Let me know if you think Trump will win the election, and how do you think that will impact the biddy. holla. And welcome everyone just joining the stream. If you guys can repost this over on X, it's greatly appreciated. Shout out to the X fam, the Rumble fam, and YouTube fam for holding it down. Good to see y'all live and in the flesh. Happy Stacking Saturday, fam. 58 G's, baby. So close to 60. I gotta play. I just can't resist.
Buying opportunity for 5th level sexy G's. What do you think, JV? Oh, by the biddy. Who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty. Not me. I'm for the big T. I'm for the nippinator. I'm for Nipsey. Not for the weirdo.
Kit Kat Kitty.
Cat, kitty cat. I'm for
Stacking them sats.
Stack the sats.
Come on now. Stack them sats before we hit 60 G's. And then you can be up 2 G's on each coin that you own, yo. Let's go. Welcome, Devon. Good to see you. Did you go water skiing today? My wife believes the government's messing with the weather here in the UK. Trust, they've been messing with weather for decades. This ain't a new thing, but people are awakening to the corruption from money, and now they're awakening to the corruption with science and with the pandemic and all those things surrounding it. And then they start to realize they've been deceived about everything. Everything. You feel me? CNA rep that ish for life. Shout out DJ Wednesday, representing in the building.
Ain't no thing, baby, it's a chance to stack those sats. Chance to stack those big T's. Baby, you never heard about me with another coin.
Happy belated 4th to you as well, Devon. Appreciate your support each and every day. And I know the days you're not here during the live stream, I see you in the evening on the premiere, so respect. Appreciate you.
Bitcoin on my mind, on my Bitcoin, and my Bitcoin on my mind. 60 G's, a buying opportunity.
60 G's around the corner. You've been warned. We pumping it up today, yo.
Pump it up. Pump it.
We did miss you, JC Ice, and thank God you're back. We've been praying for you to reappear, so good to have you here. Bitcoin Trini in the building.
Pump it up.
Pump it up if you came and went long when the dip hit. You just ate like King Kong.
Look, pump it up if you came and went long. When the dip hit, you just ate like King Kong.
The Rasta music just sparked my blunt. Oh, snappy snap.
More than 5 sats and you stacked and get it on. Had the people on my back to get us on.
80 G's next month. I can't wait for Chandy to produce us our 80 G's theme song. We have one for 50 G's. We got one for 60 G's. We got one for 70 G's. 80 G's is next. Drum and bass jungle. Let's go. If there are too many boats, that means you probably weren't skinny dipping. Too bad you didn't let the ladies free and stop the tan lines, eh? But the tan lines just highlight the good spots. We need Michael Saylor's voice, please. I got you. I got a lot of Saylor. We sample Saylor a lot round yonder.
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
There's a crypto asset called Bitcoin, right?
I said, empty your mind. Be formless.
Like water. Water can crash or flow. Be water, my friend. Hey, JV. Shout out Mercy Tube. What it do? Hit that like, ya bunch of degens. I appreciate the reminder every day, JVZ. I couldn't have said it better myself. These damn degens don't like to hit the like for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't get it.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
They not like us.
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset.
Agreed.
If it's not going to 0, it's going to 1 million.
A milli. Anyone who says otherwise, JV, mess them up. You feel me? Nacho cheese, nacho keys. They are called bantams. They are teeny tiny little chickens, all different breeds. Nice. It's going up forever. Bitcoin bikinis are the new summer style. Cheers to that, 43. Anyways, fam, we're going to keep it moving. Next story of the day. And shout out to Sergio for hooking up the hat. if you like this cap and any of my El Salvador or Bukele hats, I get them from Sergio. His direct URL is bitcoincaps.net. They deliver very quickly. I got them very, very fast. And they're good prices, and they actually fit well, and they're good quality, like high quality hats I've never seen anywhere else. And if you want to support the channel, I also have a merch shop. Could be found at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. I know Chandy's going to help me redesign it with some very custom merch from the show. So stay tuned for that as well. Let's get it. Anyways, next story of the day, we're going to discuss Bitcoin to 100,000 as a target, according to this analyst. Then we'll be discussing the latest from the macro guru, Raoul, projecting the crypto market cap hitting 100 trillion, which is ultimately a 50x from here. To be more precise, it's 44x, but hey, close enough. So yeah, let's discuss this 100K target first and foremost. Bitcoin primed to rally nearly 80% after the ongoing correction ends, and that's according to this analyst by the name of Credible Crypto. According to the analyst, Bitcoin is still in a long-term bullish despite the retracement, and Bitcoin may still see a big rally after the ongoing correction. But Credible notes it will take Bitcoin a bit more time before Bitcoin witnesses the beginning of the new uptrend. Quoting him here from this post he actually did on X. And shout out to Credible Crypto as well. Spot buyers don't have to be too worried here, in my opinion. As per prior updates, we can technically fall a lot lower on the high time frame without invalidating the higher time frame bullish structure. And what comes after this correction is our next major leg to 100,000 per biddy. That being said, if you are going to be buying on the way down, you need to be okay with being underwater for a bit. And at this time, we got Bitcoin right on the cusp of 58,000, indicating an upside potential of nearly 80% if Bitcoin hits the analyst's target. However, Credible warns that the current correction could gather more momentum amid the rising levels of open interest. Open interest referring to the total number of unsettled contracts, with a rising figure indicating that the traders are taking on leverage to get Bitcoin exposure. The analyst notes that the high levels of open interest, coupled with Bitcoin holders unloading their coins on the spot market, is a recipe for a more sustained Bitcoin downtrend. As he shares here, a short squeeze is a matter of time, in my opinion, but as long as the fresh longs keep piling in on the way down in front of the spot-driven sell-off, it's likely going to get worse before it gets better. And he continues regarding the altcoins, they likely get hit if Bitcoin does continue lower. Again, some altcoins are in or completing major distribution, so these may get hit and continue to bleed after, while others have barely moved up after lows will probably get hit too. But in my opinion, you should be less concerned about these as they don't have much in terms of gains to give back. And going to his actual tweet, I might as well just read it to you, and then we'll dive into the latest from the macro guru, Raoul. Stopped out my longs overnight, gave back a lot of my recent gains, but it is what it is. We haven't yet hit the 56 lows, but it seems like those lows will be taken sooner or later, and that officially opens the door to the 53 region as the next major area of support. And ironic enough, we did tap 53, 54 just the other day. That was the bottom before we sprung back. We have seen our spot premium decline by about 50% thus far, so seems like this is definitely a spot sell-off driving the price lower here. What's also notable is the open interest really hasn't budged on this drop. In fact, it has only climbed higher despite repeated long liquidations on every shove down. A short squeeze is a matter of time, in my opinion, but as long as the fresh longs keep piling in on the way down in front of the spot-driven sell-off, it is likely going to get worse before it gets better. And going to a buddy's wedding this weekend, so it won't be too active, but for some things to keep in mind over the next few days. Number one, best to avoid new longs and trades until we see some positive PA development, ideally in the form of a major liquidation or some long time frame impulsive PA. Number two, alts likely get hit if Bitcoin does continue lower. Again, some of the alts are in or completing a major distribution, so these may get hit and continue to bleed after, while others have barely moved up after lows and will probably get hit too. But in my opinion, you should be less concerned about these, that they don't have much in terms of gains to give back. And number three, finally, spot buyers don't have to be too worried here, in my opinion. As per the prior updates, we can technically fall a lot lower to the higher time frame without invalidating the higher time frame bullish structure. And what comes after this correction is our next major leg to $100,000. That being said, if you're going to be buying on the way down, you need to be okay with being underwater for a bit. If you don't think you can do that, wait for number one above to play out before dipping your toes in. And with that being said, I'll see y'all soon on the other side. So there you have it. That's coming from Credible Crypto. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analysis. Back to the comments before we dive into our feature story of the day. Let's get it. I love mine. The blue El Salvador hat. The merch is going to be very CNA loved. Amen. I'm glad you got your El Salvador hat. Now you got to send me a picture so I can see you rocking it. Take Raoul Pal's predictions with a big grain of salt. He was calling for 20,000 ETH last cycle, and something I'll also be revealing his actual portfolio, which may shock some of you. Shock some of you. I'll say that one more time. It may shock some of you. Depends on the chica wearing the Bitcoin bikini. Remember, the lipstick on the pig is still a pig. JK. Hello, everyone. What up, JB? Says to Nancy and Michelle, mother-in-law, and the best wife. Shout out to Nancy and Michelle's mother-in-law. One Bitcoin will always be worth one Bitcoin, well said. One sat will always be worth one sat. And fiat is only going to be down in purchasing power. I'm glad you brought that up. The dollar is mathematically guaranteed to decrease in purchasing power as they continue printing. And we know they're going to continue to print. And the purchasing power of Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to increase against fiat crap. And one Bitcoin will always be equivalent to one Bitcoin. And it will be the same in 20 years, 100 years, as it was 15 years ago. One Bitcoin will always be one Bitcoin. Yes, we do obviously compare it to fiat currency just for kicks and giggles, but at the end of the day, there is no second best, and you really can't compare it to anything because it's just going to continue to outpace everything, and everything will collectively, especially fiat currency, trend towards zero against Bitcoin. All fiat currency returns to its true intrinsic value, zero. I like the ice cube analogy on fiat. Yeah, man. It's like hoarding fiat is like a melting ice cube. You're just going to lose to inflation. That's why big companies like Dell that are worth billions and sitting on billions in cash, if they don't park their assets into Bitcoin, they're going to be losing 200 million per year just burning it or melting like an ice cube, right? And that's exactly why MicroStrategy back in, 2020, decided to put the Bitcoin on the balance sheet because there was no alternative. They were very cash heavy. And if they didn't, strategically use Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset, putting the bitty on the balance sheet, first publicly traded company to do so. And that's why we salute, Mikey Saylor. Then, they'd just be losing massively. And now, when we just hit the high, I think MicroStrategy was worth now $15 billion, which is mind-boggling. Let's get Kathy Wood a bitty bikini. Dave is in about 2 minutes. JV, scare the pants off my husband. Oh boy, what should I say to scare the pants off him? Shout out to your husband, Dave. Itsy bitsy teeny weeny orange polka dot bikini for Devon. Maybe so. Maybe. We don't know.
Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that.
Thank you, Kramer. Yeah, you need to sell them at the 100K party. Those bikinis, eh? For the pool? Are we going to have a pool party? Now, if it's an evening party, it's probably not ideal for the pool, but you never know. You just never know. What if we did a day party at the pool or something like that? You just never know.
He said, we bought more bags, till we got a sword back.
You can't short your dork. You can't afford that. I can supply the models, dankness. Let's go. I3 is bringing the models. Now we got a party. Wouldn't catch me in a bikini. Too old and heavy for that ish.
Can't short your dork. We can't afford that. Wait for the pump to come.
They should have bought that. The bikini is the new fashion. Oh, the Bitcoin, like the Bitcoin panties brand. Shout out to the Bitcoin panties. Gotta represent Bitcoin panties for the broskies.
To zero, they really thought that. Again, you can go
3AC because we blowing it up. Gary Gensler dropping FUD.
3AC because I'm blowing it up.
Anyways, welcome everyone joining the stream. We got 502 people between X and the Tube right now. Shout out to the X fam, Rumble fam, the rest of the fam-a-lam. Thank you, ma'am. There are so many thongs on that lake. Hey. Thong, da-dong, dong, dong. Bitcoin thongs. Got to find that orange dot. There you go. I grabbed my red Euro Speedo. And I bet you KJM does have a red Euro Speedo. But is it orange panty night tonight? Now that we're pumping?
It's red panty night when you're starting to find me, yeah? Back at home with your wife.
It's a
celebration.
Always say I talk and I talk and I talk. Well, guess fucking what? I back it up, though. Bitcoin backs it up, though. You feel me? Anyways, family. Now for our featured story of the day. The total crypto market cap is primed to explode by over 44x to $100 trillion. According to the macro guru, Raoul. Let's break this baby down, as you can see in the headline right here. So yeah, macro guru and the Real Vision CEO Raoul says the total crypto market cap primed to skyrocket to a staggering 100 trillion. In a new interview on the Blockworks Macro YouTube channel, the former Goldman Sachs exec says if the digital asset industry continues on with the same rate of growth, its total market cap will shoot up about 44x in less than 10 years. And according to Powell, the explosion of the total market cap in crypto assets is going to be the greatest wealth generating opportunity ever. Do you hear that? It's going up forever, Melda. Quoting him here. It is a $2.5 trillion market cap today, now even less after the dip. If we just extrapolate out the trend rate of the growth, it gets to 100 trillion by about 2032. So this is the biggest wealth generating opportunity in all human history. Let me know if you agree with that sentiment, and very bold words there. The total market cap is sitting at 2.24 trillion at this time, according to the CoinGecko. The macro guru notes that the traders should be wary of adopting a tribal mentality when it comes to digital assets and taking on maximum risk. As he shares here, our job within this is now not to get philosophical and tribal about what to invest and screw it up. Our job is to maximize the opportunity to the best that we can. And that's a balance of how you take risk, because a lot of people go max 10 risks. No. Look, if it is going from 2.5 trillion to 100 trillion, you don't need to take max risks. You can just capture the bulk and then do it a bit of the tail on the side. Powell goes on to say that most of his crypto portfolio, remember earlier I said I'd reveal what his latest portfolio allocation is? Well, here we go. His portfolio is in smart contract platforms such as Ethereum rival Solana, and he believes it and other alts have more upside potential than the King Crypto BTC. Quoting Raoul, 90% of my liquid net worth is basically allocated right now to Solana. I'm going to repeat that one time. 90% of my liquid net worth is basically allocated right now to Solana. It's hard for me to fathom that, but to each their own. I don't have much Bitcoin right now. Doesn't mean I don't like Bitcoin. I just think the others go up more. Simple as that. So that's pretty wild, because, he must be very wealthy. I mean, he's the macro guru, for Christ's sake. But to have 90% of your liquid assets, liquid net worth in Solana, a Sam coin, that just shows you how bullish he is on Solana. Personally, I'm not a fan of Solana. However, teach their own. I know many of you are bullish on Solana. So let me know your thoughts with him having 90% of his portfolio in a Sam coin. I find that, again, mind-boggling, but hey, to each their own. Tis what it is. And to watch the video he did recommending, this, not recommending it, but revealing his allocation, as well as projecting Bitcoin hitting 100, not Bitcoin, but the crypto market cap hitting 100 trillion market cap. Check the show notes below the video in the description. Now, clearly, the Bitcoin market cap is only like 1 trillion, like ballpark. So for Bitcoin to hit 100 trillion would be 100x from here. But for crypto, it's a modest 44x because it's just above 2 trillion at today's prices. Now, clearly, if the market cap rose like that, we could all speculate Bitcoin. I mean, if the market cap 100x from here, or let's just say 50x, then Bitcoin has the potential to 50x in price action. You know what I mean? So we got to keep that in mind as well. Scan the QR and buy the dip. Smash the like button and hodl for life, family. Thank you, fam. Sold to zero, says Muhammad. Yeah, so Bankman-Fried allegedly is still recommending Solana to the prison guards and the inmates. It's funny. Sorry. He bought Solana super low prices. That's why it's 90% now. That would make sense, clearly, if he was an early adopter and that overgrew the most of his portfolio. So good point. Solana dominance in 2030 could be 25% of the market. That would be, whoa, if that actually happened. Where are we at now? Let me look at Solana on the coin market cap. I'll read it out loud to you, see where we're at. So right now, Solana is number 5 by market cap, and it looks like just 2 billion, right? Oh, that's the volume, my bad. The market cap is 66 billion. So right now, Solana is a 66 billion market cap, which is pretty high. I mean, it's right under BNB. Clearly, Bitcoin is number 1 with 1.1 trillion. Then Ethereum is at 369 billion. Then we have Tether, number 3 at 112 billion. And then we have BNB at roughly 78 billion. And then Solana is currently number 5, sitting at 66 billion. And below that, number 6, USDC, the stablecoin, is all the way down at 33 billion. And then below that, we have XRP with roughly 25 billion. And those prices are as per CoinMarketCap right now, live and in the flesh. Welcome, family, to the live Q&A segment of the stream. Technology of Solana is amazing. I am also very convinced because I have used it in projects with extreme huge data sets. Mohammed says during price discovery, Solana will go to practically zero. Guarantee. It is the next FTX. Well, damn. I took a sick day and I still got called in. Damn, Dankness, you being for real? What's up with that? They want you in sick? Okay, get everyone else sick while you're at the work. Do what you got to do. Solana will be a black hole for the technical application of the blockchain. Sam will soon be called Samantha. Maybe they're already calling him Samantha. You feel me? I hear he's selling his, what is he trading? His rice? That's the new currency in the prison. He's allegedly getting rice and beans, and he's eating the beans for protein. Big, smart move. You don't want to eat the rice. There's no protein in that. In fact, rice has really no health properties for you. But anyways, Sol is legit, guys. The tech is solid. Been battle tested. Been upgraded on the Fire Dancer upgrade, and the DEX is doing massive volume that outstrips everything, says JK. Holla at your boy. You feel me? Melda keeping it gangster. Feel better, DD? Get some rest, broski. You probably need a few days to recover from food poisoning. So, but we're still pumping. 58.2. I think 60 G's is around the corner.
Bitcoin. But I don't sweat it because it's just pathetic to let it get me involved in that sell on the dip crowd, sell on the dip crowd, dip sell, dope sell. No.
Yeah, rice is garbage because it's bleached. It's not even natural. It's bleached. It's no good. It's good for filling you, but it has no nutritional properties that I'm aware of. If you're going to eat natural rice, like a regular non-bleached rice, like a grain rice, I forget what they're called. The wild grain rice or the brown rice is better for you, but I highly doubt they're health conscious in prison. In fact, a lot of inmates get cancer and all sorts of ish because the food is poison and the water you're drinking is poison. And go figure. It's probably heavily fluorinated and all that, so it's kind of sad. I'll take my soul wins into BTC. Word. Muhammad says your 40,000 Bitcoin estimation for loading up is more likely, but also only 20%. Muhammad's been calling it for a hot minute virtually every day here on the stream. You never know. You never know. We may just bounce, though. We may be at 70,000 return to price discovery before you know it here in July. So be prepared for all scenarios, fam. And if you get the opportunity to buy on a dip, seize the moment and count your blessings. I like all the bad fillers. Pasta, rice, beer. Need to work on that. I love me some pasta, but now they have the healthy. You can get the chickpea pasta that actually has protein in it. You know what I mean? That's sick. You can also send donations to Grow Crypto News Alerts here. Thank you for the reminder. I do have an Ethereum address. There it is in the chat. And I also have a Bitcoin Lightning address. We appreciate any support you guys can give us. Even if it's only smashing the likes, subscribing to the channel, and reposting the stream. It helps out, family. It's much, much appreciated. Shout out to Learn from the Greatest People for subscribing to the channel. Anyone who subscribes during the live stream is going to get an on-screen shout out. So blessings on blessings on blessings. I'd put up the QR code, but I'm told it no longer works, so I probably need to update it. Otherwise, I put it up. I mean, like that. But I don't want to give people something that's not going to work. That's annoying. So the direct lightning address is in the description below the YouTube video, and I'll fix the QR code. I always forget. I'll update it or whatever. 225,000 end of the year, 500 to 750,000 for the cycle peak. Send it. Let's freaking go. No to bleached food. Amen. Including bleached eggs. They bleach everything. They poison everything. You're better off to eat the natural eggs that are brown. Nothing wrong with eating a brown egg, family. Bitcoin blocks the estrogen. Word? I just finished reading Fiat Foods. Good book. Recommend it. It shows how fiat money has influenced our food and diets. Yes, and I'm sure Big Pharma has influenced that as well. I was learning something the other day with like every hospital. They have contracts with like Coca-Cola, to make people sick because it's liquid sugar at the end of the day. Like every hospital has a Coca-Cola vending machine, and they have the worst food that you can possibly eat, right? Probably going to cause the diabetes and all the bad stuff you don't want. So it just goes to show you how in bed the medical industry is with, all that kind of stuff. But I digress. We're on the tube. Growing chickpeas for sure. Nice. One of my favorite foods. They're delicious. We on the ups. Let's go. Even a lot of the wheat bread is bleached. Read the ingredients. Am I correct or confused that enriched on ingredients is fancy, pretty word for bleached? I think you're accurate there, Chandy. And wheat is no good as well because that's where, what's it called? Gluten comes from. And a heavily gluten diet is no good. Like my mom can't even put gluten in her body. She has bad reaction to it. Yeah, Big Pharma is no friend of ours. That's for sure. Live Q&A, fam. Feel free to ask JV any questions you may have. Now is that time. And if you guys can repost this, I'm going to repost it right now. It'll help out on the stream for the fam on X. We appreciate that. So you basically just open up my my X, and you'll see the stream live right now. You just hit the heart button, Kevin Hart it, and then you hit the retweet button, and you could either quote it or just hit repost. I just hit the repost button. If everyone does that, we'll get a lot more eyeballs on the stream. We're still going to go live for like another hour or so with the Q&A segment. So now is the time. We appreciate that, family. Shout out Chandy. She just gifted some memberships. The gift that keeps on giving. Respect. Mark, you've been hooked up with a MicroStrategy membership of the channel. Juan, you've been hooked up. Johnny R, you've been hooked up. Sat Stacker, you have been hooked up. And 17,000 Islands, you have been blessed on behalf of Chandy. You now have memberships to the channel. Shout out all the members. So it pays to be in the YouTube chat. So for example, Rumble and X, I know you guys are watching right now. You have to be logged in on your YouTube account, watching the stream to interact in the chat, and you may get blessed next. You just never know. But you got to be in it to win it. So if you're not in the stream, you can't get hooked up. So I encourage everyone to also interact on the tube. It'll help out as well with the stream. So we appreciate it. And thank you, Chandy. That's very kind of you. You've gifted countless number of memberships. We greatly appreciate that. And welcome all the new members of the channel. Let's go. Shout out Mark. Says thanks, Chandy. And shout out to Chandy 10 Music. Again, as I shared earlier in the stream, she just achieved the impossible. 50,000 subs on YouTube in record-breaking time, faster than any other content creator I've ever seen. So it goes to show you how powerful her Bitcoin music is, and hence why I already coined it the #1 Bitcoin music creator, the #1 Bitcoin music channel. So go ahead and subscribe, be a part of history. Lots of good new music content coming your ways. Most people aren't gluten sensitive, but they are glyphosate sensitive. Almost all of the products that contain wheat are contaminated by the other term, aka Roundup. Damn. Well, that would explain it. Yeah, I used to think wheat was actually good for you back in the day. Like when I used to eat my Publix subs, living in Florida, I'd be like, I'll take the wheat bread. And then I realized the wheat bread is the worst of it all. You're better off just eating the white bleached bread. Both bad, but I think the wheat bread is even worse. It's like all the alternatives that you think may be healthy are worse. For example, diet soda. It's like, oh, artificial sugar. This can't be so bad for me. It's like, no, it's worse. And it tastes gross. It's worse and it tastes gross. All the artificial sugar is bad, yo. Way worse than regular sugar. Mark my words. Let's make it 60 G's, baby.
So no Bitcoin. Bitcoin sell. I'm no sellout.
Nice, Ben. I traded out my soul for BTC. I love it. Yes, Chandy music is going viral, 100%. Getting like 30, 40,000 views per day on her channel. It's mind-boggling. One of her videos, I think it was the Bitcoin Princess, I looked this morning, had 40,000 views. And that's your very first video you created, like music video, that is. So it's just phenomenal. Very phenomenal.
Coin, Roger out, Roger out.
Yeah, we need the Crypto News Alert subs to go up, Devon. I'm just stuck here. I think I'm getting like 80 subs per month. Virtually no new people are getting exposed to the channel. I think I'm obviously shadow banned. But I was speaking to Dankness about this earlier. I think if we just continue doing what we're doing, eventually it'll work itself out and we'll get love again in the YouTube algorithm. But YouTube is showing us no love. We're getting more views on our shows 4 or 5 years ago than today. And I've been streaming every single day, like, 7 days a week, virtually every day of the year. So nothing makes sense, but I mean, at least we have X and Rumble and other communities we can grow on. But unfortunately, YouTube shows us no love. It just is what it is. They don't like us. Did I give out membership? I'm glad you mentioned that, I3. Every month I give out 10 memberships, and it is the 6th, and we haven't gave any memberships out on my behalf, at least this month. So let's do that right now. I'm glad you brought that up. You guys want some memberships given? I'm going to give everyone a quick opportunity. If you're on X or if you're on Rumble, head on over directly to the YouTube stream. It's cryptonewsalerts.net. I'm going to gift 10 memberships right now. Chandy just gifted 5. We're going to give 10 more. So that's 15 memberships given away on today's stream. I'll give everyone about 60 seconds to come join us on YouTube. Cryptonewsalerts.net is the direct link, and then I'll gift the memberships. Let's freaking go. Yeah, unfortunately, YouTube is rigged. I feel if we were never shadow banned or unjustly terminated, like there's no reason I wouldn't have 250,000 subscribers, but I mean, what are you going to do? Learned about layers like Liquid and Lightning and the Aqua wallet and Strike. Nice, Andrew. Shout out to the Aqua. I believe that Samson Mao's involved with that one. And shout out Strike. That's Jack Muller's company. Lightning for the win. Bad JV. No cookies. Cookies? I want cookies. Please, let's go. Someone's going to win. We're about to give out 10 memberships. I just want to give everyone ample time to come hop on the live if you're watching over on X or Rumble. Hop on the tube real quick and let's see who wins. Best channel in crypto, just saying. Thank you, Devon. Appreciate it. We got 40,000 subs in 4 months when we had the shorts going and all the super chats. YouTube gives love to money for them. This is very true. And that's 100. Dankness and I, every day, we're plotting how can we get more subs. And we eventually cracked the algorithm and figured it out. Things were great. And then we got unjustly terminated again. And it's like it reset everything. And now YouTube hates us again. Crazy. Welcome, Holly. Welcome, Daddy-O, and everyone. So yeah, let me go ahead and gift these memberships. Let's do it. One moment. I'm just pulling it up on my side. It'll just take a few seconds, and I'll be able to give these away. Here we go. Membership gifting. And it's going to do 5 at a time, I think. I can do 5 at a time. So we're going to do 5, and then we'll do 5 again for a total of 10, because I promised you guys every month I'd gift 10 memberships. So the first 5, here we go. Let's see who it is. It's totally random. I don't get to choose who it is. So as long as you're on the stream, you're in it. Mr. Corvette, you've just been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. Bitcoin Trini, you've been hooked up. Daddy-O has been hooked up. Press Start Gaming has been hooked up. And my brother Muhammad, you've been hooked up. Let's freaking go. Welcome to all the new members. Shadow ban, but we will be at them like HODL game. It will happen because JV deserves to be recognized as the #1 Bitcoin podcast. I watched several, but this is the best. Facts. Greatly appreciate you. Chandy, you're the best. How is the most entertaining and informative with the most real loyal family? Congratulations, everyone, on the free subscription. Here, we're going to do round 2. You guys ready? We're going to give another 10. Here we go. Membership gifting, 5 more. And thank KJam for reminding me. I 3. We appreciate it, as I completely forgot. Gift 5 more. Here we go. 5 more memberships being given away. Bada boom, bada bing. Congratulations, John Wong. Shout out Mikey and Creeper420 and Cosmocom and Jerry Schick. You've all been hooked up and blessed. You are now members. You're going to notice your name is officially green. That shows your loyalty as a member. And also you have a star, which is a badge next to your name. And every month, that's going to change colors. It shows your loyalty to the channel. And ultimately, anytime you comment, I'll gravitate towards the members because we appreciate you supporting the show. So thank you so much, family. You're the best. Mark says the best crypto news daily. Thank you, fam. Amen. That's why I like this channel. Let's go pump. Pump it up. Pump that mofo up. Anyways, fam, we're going to end the YouTube stream and continue with the uncensored extended version of the pod, which is exclusive over on Rumble and X. Shout out Mr. Corvette. Appreciate the super. Your third ever super live on stream. We appreciate the support. Everything's going well today. Bitcoin's up. We're pumping 50 AGs. Memberships are being gifted. You guys are amazing. So yeah, we're going to end the YouTube stream. Head on over to Crypto News Alerts. I'm sorry, it's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net so you can join us over on the Rumble. We're going to continue. If you're on X, you're golden. If you're on YouTube, you need to head on over to X or to Rumble, okay? Because the YouTube stream is about to be finito.
Hey, someone, give me the time. Did I hear someone say that it's rummy rumble time? Bitty bitty up, it's CPA.
Let me know when the YouTube stream is officially over on your end so I know for sure. And that way I can play some music and all that fun stuff.
Rumble time, let's go see it there. It's such a great show. We'll talk about what we want without care. Let's say bye bye to you two. Run, don't walk. We love our
YouTube stream should be ending any moment.
Go over to Rumble, don't stumble.
We gotta get the freak out of here. Just saying. So head on over to Rumble. It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And let's continue with the uncensored version of the pod. Let's go. Couldn't be more happy right now, yo. This is like